Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to Datuk Setias, Kak Marina. My question would be, who is a person that you consider as a role model early in your life, and how and why that person has an impact in your life?
Simple. I'm a Muslim. The role model is the Prophet of Islam. Here was a man who grew in a society that was very divided. Tribalism was very bad. They were all fighting each other, kidnapping all the girls and killing all the men, all kinds of things. Burying their girl child. They are buried alive by these people. This man alone changed the culture of these people and made them understand that you have to restrain yourself. And he brought the book to them, which teaches us a deen, a way of life. It's not his fault if we are doing the wrong things. It's our fault. But his teaching is perfect. So I studied the Quran. I read the Quran in Arabic. I couldn't understand a word of it. But later on, I decided to read the Quran in English and in Malay, and I found lots of guidance there. Lots of guidance there. Islam is a religion of peace. The word Islam itself is related to the word peace. When we meet each other, Muslims meet, what would they say? Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. And you know why? Because in their country, there was seldom any peace. The Jews also say the same, Shalom, peace be on you. And then after that, of course, we take a knife and chop. So we say we are Muslim, but we don't really practice the teachings of Islam. Why? It is because we don't understand the teachings. You read it in Arabic, you depend upon some guru to tell you what is in there, and you have no means to verify. But if you read it in English and in Malay, you will learn a lot about how a Muslim should behave. There is no compulsion in Islam. That is written in the Quran. That to you, your religion, to me, my religion. It's in the Quran. But what are we doing today? Killing the Christians. The Kurdish Christians are being killed. The Coptic Christians are being killed. Is that in the Quran? No, it is not. But you listen to some person who has some other ambition, then you get the wrong teachings. So that is my model. My next model is quite different. My next model is a Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great. What did Peter the Great do that makes him my model? He changed the primitive Russian to become a world power, advanced in all the fields of learning, able to compete with the West. You know, Peter the Great was very uncouth. You know, the way he eats, he just picks up food like that. But he learned from the West that you have to use fork and spoon and knife. You see. So a lot of things were learned by Peter the Great, and he was able to change the Russian from being a primitive people into a people who are as well educated, as well mannered, as morally high as the Western people at that time, not the Western people now. Yeah, but Peter the Great is a great model for me. Then there is Nelson Mandela, a man who was jailed for 26 years. He came out of jail. I was the only Asian leader invited by the Africans to meet Nelson Mandela after his release in Zambia. I went to Zambia, I met him. I was expecting two things of him. A very bitter man. For 22 years he was jailed and treated badly in jail. I was expecting a broken man, a man who was so badly treated that he would have lost his spirit. I found neither. He was not broken, he was not bitter. He was forgiving. He wanted to live with the whites. He said that we have to share this country between us. We are not going to take action and expel all the whites. We are going to work with them. I asked him, how did you get news when you were in jail in Robbins Island? He said, oh, the jailers gave me the newspaper. He wasn't even bitter against the jailers. You know, he had to spend 26 years breaking stone with a hammer. That's what he suffered. But the man was not bitter, he was not broken, he came out fighting, he came out rational, he came out understanding better the relationship between black and white. That is my third motto. And there are other mottos I don't have to speak.